What's up, guys? JayzTwoCents here, and Nick.
Hi.
God, this is like the old days. This feels good. I haven't held a camera in so long. Thank God it has IS and hardware stabilization. We are on our way to Micro Center because if you guys saw in our last video, those radiators were so thin. I was like, oh man, that looks like you skipped every muscle day. We can't have that. So Micro Center, being not only an amazing sponsor of ours, sorry about Nick's exhaust. It's a Honda Fit and it don't fit these knees. We're on our way to Micro Center to go pick up some thick boy rads, just like the thick boys we are.
Speak for yourself.
You are thick. Anyway, we're on, oh Jesus, what was that? We're going to get some radiators and some water cooling stuff, so that's the idea today. NZXT's build is a quick and easy way to get a new gaming computer, and right now they're proud to announce expansion and availability to Australia, the Netherlands, France, and Italy. Build a gaming PC on your budget using the built-in configurator and see exactly how your favorite games will perform. Want to build your own PC but still have the NZXT Peace of Mind warranty? Then the new BLD Build It Yourself kit has what you want. Buy it and build it yourself, and NZXT has you covered. To get started configuring or building your next gaming PC, visit the build link in the description below. So the cool thing about us heading to Micro Center right now is the fact that this has only been the last couple years that Micro Center has actually been stocking custom water cooling parts. I mean, they had like a small selection back in the day, and they had some like EK stuff, but it's kind of nice to see that now a brick and mortar store has really started carrying just a full like selection of fittings and tubing and radiators and blocks and reservoirs. I know this sounds like a sponsored bit. It's honestly not. It's just extremely convenient where another major sponsor of ours, specifically for water cooling, has been Performance PCs. And I love Performance PCs, but in a pinch, they're all the way in Florida. And even if I do like overnight shipping, it takes potentially a day to process depending on the time that I submit the order. And then it takes time for it to obviously ship. And FedEx and UPS's idea of next day isn't always next day. I think they have a different day calendar than we do. But in a pinch, it's nice to be able to just drive an hour away to go to Micro Center, get the parts we need, and we lose a couple of hours, but I have the parts I need in hand right away. And then of course, who wouldn't want to go to Micro Center and look around? It's literally just like kid in a candy store for anyone that's into tech or computers, and TVs, all that sort of stuff. So I will take an opportunity to go when one arises. All right, so this is what I was saying. Like, we did the tour of the store already, so you guys should already know all of this, but tons of water cooling stuff here already. We got fittings, we got tubing. I'm here for these two guys right here. Look, right? Better for what we need. So here, Nick, you get to hold those. So those are the XR7s, which are the thicker rads. We currently have the XR5s, which is a lot skinnier radiator. You guys already saw that in our last video. But I'm trying to see if there's anything else that we need here. You know, I would love for our block to be on this shelf, but it's completely out of stock, and it sold out in the first few minutes, which is kind of crazy, but we are working real hard to get those back in stock. In fact, I don't even see any XC8s on here yet. These are all XC5s and XC7s, but I'm gonna take a look around right now, see if there's anything else that we need. Potentially some tubing, maybe a bigger bottle for filling stuff up, because like I get tired of trying to do tubing. I like using little squeezy bottles now, which is always nice, but I always like to look and see if there's just anything different or new worth checking out. Oh, I was recording that whole time. So I know you guys are probably wondering like, hey Jay, what's the deal with graphics cards? Do they still have any in stock? Let's go take a look down that aisle. So you can see most of the NVIDIA stuff is out of stock, but still a few things sitting here. Yeah, so interestingly enough, they have a lot of AMD cards, 6800 XT, 6700 XT, 6900 XT, but only 1650s, 1660s, and like 1050s in stock for NVIDIA. I'm trying to find Nick right now. He came over here to the 3D printing stuff, which we still need to get our 3D printers. What are you looking at?
3D printers.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You gonna buy me one?
You gonna buy me one?
What are you gonna make?
Stuff from a drone.
No. Do not touch the printers. Please ask before you touch. May I touch? All right, enough playing. We need to take this stuff. We need to get out of here. We need to get back to the studio, and I gotta work on getting these radiators put on. That's my goal today. Get the fans and the radiators installed so that we can then start playing around with the tubing. Okay, so Nick decided he's gonna get a 3D printer for himself while he's here, because he wasn't kidding when he said he wants them for his drone parts. Don't mess it up.
It's gonna happen.
Don't mess it up.
Stop it.
Don't turn the air off. It's gonna get hot in here. I'm gonna smell our musk. So we're done at Micro Center. We actually got everything we needed, which is awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
He got more than he intended to come here for. But now I can be like, Nick, print this for me. I considered picking one up for the company.
It's like I need to make skids somehow. I can't live on asking my friends to make skids for me all the time. For my.
Why not? You live on asking your friends for other stuff all the time.
No, I don't. Why are you like this? I drove you here.
Who hurt you?
You want to take this stuff back to the store? I'll drive us right back, mister.
I don't even have a receipt. Anyway, we got everything we needed there, which is, I know it sounded like the most like ad placement ever about Micro Center has everything you need. Head down to your local Micro Center. Which
they really do.
To do. So what we're gonna do now is, well, I'm getting white girl coffee. We're in line for Starbucks. I do remember a video where we did this last time and we stopped for 2 lunches because this guy wanted In-N-Out and Chick-fil-A. I thought it was a joke, but he was serious.
I haven't died, so.
Yeah. You're plenty dead on the inside.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Only on the inside.
All right, so let's go ahead and just fast forward and let's get back to the studio. Well, that was a pretty uneventful trip back from Micro Center. Anyway, we're back in the studio. The audio is gonna sound distant. I apologize for that, but this is vlog style. So here's our haul. Let's go and talk about what we got here. I showed you guys there, but now we'll do a comparison for you. The XR7 360. This is the He's Just a Friend radiator. I needed it to fill out this space because there's so much room in here. So I'll go ahead and open this up. And if everything goes according to plan today, we'll have 2 radiators with fans mounted in there so I can then start plumbing everything. Oh, and I got this liquid filling bottle. I've got a small one, but this now will allow me to fill like an entire liter at a time. So there's that. And then I also got this. This will be my first time ever putting any sort of a flow meter. It's actually more of a flow indicator than a meter per se, in a loop. I've always liked the way they look when I critique your guys' systems.
That wasn't the meter.
It was right next to the meter in a very similar box. So, well, I have an extra
drain.
valve.
Yeah, you have a drain.
I will order a meter. Jeez. You can't make this stuff up, folks. All right, I'm professional. Back to the radiator. Here is the big boy. Look at this. Look at this guy already. This is exciting. Okay. This is gonna fill in that space so much better. Oh, I gotta clean it because that's some like machining oils on there. One of the things that you gotta do with radiators is not just clean the insides of them, but outsides as well, because as you can see, like machining oils and stuff get all over it. So that's whatever. It's a radiator, it's fine. Look at the size difference, would you? Well, would you just look at it? Now you can see why I went with that guy. So now, if we compare it, look at that, right? That looks more appropriate for this build, right? And then here as well. So let's do that. Let's get these fans mounted up. I love, love, love the Lee & Lee Uni fans. The AL120 specifically, because instead of just having edge lighting like the SP120 has, the AL120 has a lit up hub that lights up the entire blade, and then it's got these accent lights right here. Same lights, same exact fans I had used in the Skunkworks reboot, and then these are the last black fans I have. I have a million white fans, so I'm gonna have to get some more of these. But I love them because of their daisy chain effect. Every time I talk about these, I have nothing but positive things to say because of how absolutely simply amazing. And I said in the last part of this, right, I need to mount the controller. So this is the controller, that in there, that in there, that in there. These are all the adapters and stuff. So I needed to mount the controller that everything mounts to. So this controls through the L-Connect software, the fan speed, which can also be connected to the motherboard. So the motherboard can connect it and it becomes a pass-through. Same thing with the RGB. So this will be mounted down here in the bottom with the power supply. So that's what I was referring to on the previous part when I said I needed to mount this guy in there. Let's put that back in there. But if you've never seen this, and forgive me if this seems really redundant, because you guys, oh, you've showed us this before. We've seen it a million times, Jay. We get it. You're a Unifan fanboy, or just Uni fanboy. Let's say that. We'll be efficient with our words. I'm never going to stop because of the fact that so many people have still never seen these. And yes, they're expensive, but there's a reason for that. First and foremost, let's mount this to the front. So I believe my fittings are going to be on the top, and then I'll be adjusting the height so that that fitting and that are like on the same plane, right? There we go. And then I need to mount the fans to it. So I want the cables to come off this side, that way I can hide them on this side of the radiator. So that's gonna go that way. Then I need the plugs to be on this side. Check this out, are you ready? If you've never seen this before, prepare to be mind blown. At just how stupid I am at trying to do it. Oh, it's backwards. Prepare to be completely mind blown. Yay! These two fans are now connected, and because as you can see, they have pressure fit plugs or contacts, which contact that. And once you put them together, now they're locked in. We can take this guy, lock it in, and then when we mount this down, we have this connector, which is a single connector that has a proprietary plug to their controller. If this were just like a standard ARGB plug, that'd be amazing, but proprietary. And then a 4-pin PWM fan header. This also mounts to the opposite side here that has the connectors. Boom. So now, because this is gonna be pulling air through, actually no, we're gonna be pushing air through, because I want this to be on this side, well, like this, so I can see the RGB through the grill. Because this is gonna go that way, this needs to go like that, right? So we're gonna sandwich them in between like that. So you actually get two different length screws, if I can put them like that, to use with this radiator, because the longer one will be for the example I just explained. It has to go through the case, through the fan, through the rad. Or you got the shorter one is if you're mounting the radiator directly to something and the fan's on the other side, then you use the shorter one, so you're just mounting fan to radiator. But the nice thing about this being the fans themselves connected is the fact that you technically don't have to use all of them. I mean, I probably will just because of, right? It needs to go through here first, but I'm just showing you how nice and convenient it is to have all the fans connected together. I wish that these were nice, like, I bet you I could source, and maybe I'll look for some nice machine head, like really nice hardware that will match this on the front, because this has to pass through. And I want it to, you know, ideally look the same. So the only thing that concerns me is with this being all the way at the top, I do not believe I have enough length to make it to the controller. I've got this wire channel that I've got to run the wires through into here. So if it's all the way at the top, that extra 360 millimeter of length will get eaten up before it even has a chance of getting to the controller. So this is why I like taking you guys along for these vlog series, because it shows you the thought process that goes in. I mean, sure, we could do this in a montage and it would look amazing, but you guys wouldn't necessarily gain any sort of knowledge. Then you guys wouldn't necessarily learn anything, right? If I didn't take you along for the ride. So I got that started. My hand's still holding everything together. I'm gonna try and do the top side here. And I don't wanna go too tight because as I'm sliding into position, I don't want to have it scratch the front of the case. So let me get that there. And get in there. Go to your home. There we go. Getting the lineup can be hard. I'm leaving these loose because as I adjust this position, I don't want it scratching on this side of the metal. That's just screw head to anodized, which will make it scratch. But you can see why now. If I put all the screws in. If I had some machine head that matches these, that would look real sharp. So I'll have to look into that. So there's what it looks like with the thick radiators in there. Just enough clearance to get to our 8-pin right there. Plenty of clearance to get to our fittings here. Front is in there, top is in there. Here's the problem. The cables that come with the Lee and Lee fans are just too short and they don't give you any sort of extension. I need to look and see if they even sell extensions. I don't think they do. That's not gonna reach where I need it to. This will probably reach where I need it to. So what I think I'm gonna have to do with these is I'm going to, because I have a lot of extra from other Lee and Lee fans that we didn't need all of the connectors, right? Because they give you enough for one for each fan. So they give you 3 per kit. But I'll probably take an extra one and then I'll extend the RGB cable. This is just a standard 4-pin PWM fan header. So I can use any extension for this, but I'm gonna have to extend this cable, which has 3 pins or three plug or wires. Probably, yeah, so technically I have to mutilate 2 because I have to cut 2 of them together to make this longer, which is fine. I mean, custom stuff like this sometimes needs that. This typically is designed to have the controller, meet it halfway, right, on the back of the case somewhere. This is not a standard case where I can do that. I need to tuck it way down here at the bottom. I even thought for a minute, like maybe I'll mount it to the back of the graphics card, but that's dumb, and the graphics card will still get warm and the adhesive will probably fall off. So that won't work. So yeah, I think I want the Corsair logos gone, although they do match with the theme. It's about cleanliness. I don't want any the only brand logo is gonna be on here is mine. So anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this vlog. This is probably gonna be a 3-parter, at most a 4-parter. Oh, the top. So check this out. I actually ended up using the machine screws, the short screws, because remember, we're radiator mounted directly to this plate, so we don't need to pass through the fans. There's a washer on there right now because they're a little too long, but these are some of the extra bolts that actually came with the assembly of this kit. I'll probably get a smaller head washer so it doesn't stick out past the bolt. But as you can see, this is the effect that I kind of wanted. So I need to ask Singularity if they can send me some more of these. That way I can get them everywhere they need to be. And then the long ones, see, they do have long ones just like we need for the front, which are the exact length that we need, because check this out. If I take one of the long ones out, it's like kismet. It's completely, look, here, let me do this right. Come around to the front, Nick, check this out. Let's show them in real time. If I just replace this one with that one, they're the same thread and pitch. Ta-da! So now I know their bolts fit it perfectly. And I believe this is the M4x20. So I believe this one is. I have to measure it. I do believe this is the 20, but I'll put this one back in for now. So that's been figured out now. I don't have to go and try and figure out where to source those screws. I'll just ask Singularity Computers for some. And I'm starting to feel like the logical fitting choice for this now is gonna be nickel. I really do feel like nickel fittings and then black tubes. I really like the way black tubes look. And I mean, Nebula had chrome or nickel plating, which was nice, but it was very shiny and in your face. And this is about to be, I want it to be a little more stealthy. If you think not Dark Knight build where it was all blacked out, but I want the pieces that are shiny to be the attention you're intended to see. Like the machines, the nice machine head screws here on the distribution blocks, and the logo on the block, and then this block right here is nickel, and the nickel accents on the sides of the Lee and Lee fans, the screws on the front, the awesome machined button for power, that sort of stuff. So it's coming together nicely. And you know what I probably could do in the meantime is steal these screws from our prototype Spectre to mount everything up, and then when they replace this, if they send me screws, I can replace them back in there. So, and then I still need to get smaller washer heads that will still fit this. That way the washer heads don't stick out past the machine head on here. Or I just add washers to the front ones so they all match, but I think the washer looks kind of janky. The reason why I said I needed the washer is because of the fact that the screw that's here, which I believe is an M4x10, might be a 6, was too long. It was longer than the one that comes with it. I tried using these machine head ones, but they're the same length. They're by 6. And so they weren't long enough to make it through the thick metal panel and then down into the recessed radiator head. Because if you look here, the holes are recessed. So the threads are down inside, not flat on the surface. If they were flat on the surface, would have been fine. I'm not sure why they recessed them like that. I think it allows it to get a tighter bite when it tightens up because it'll pull it up, and I believe that helps keep it from stripping out. I do believe that's why that's recessed. So that's it for today. I started to say multi-parter, that won't be too many because I have custom cables that are gonna be coming that are proper lengths for based on the arrangement that I have here from Singularity. So they asked me like, you know, hey, are you using vertical mount? Are you using standard mount? Are you using 90 degree? Are you using ATX, EATX? So now they'll know how long to make these cables so that I don't have all this extra slack sitting here. But what's left to do, honestly, past this is put in my M.2s when it's time, which is gonna be interesting trying to access them because I don't wanna, now you know what, I'll probably end up doing a fresh install of everything for my home system, honestly. What I'm really gonna miss and I'm not gonna have in this that I have at home right now is my sensor panel. I really do like having a sensor panel that allows me to be able to see what all the current temps and stuff are, and I'm gonna lose that on here for the time being. I could potentially put one right here, have a custom housing made that, I mean, you know, Nick just got a 3D printer and all, you know, get a custom housing made right here that could fit my sensor panel Raspberry Pi screen, and then I'd be able to, from the angle that I sit, be able to actually look at the system and still read this display because I'm always off at a 45-degree angle for my case. All right, guys, thanks for watching this build vlog. I hope you guys had some fun. Nick and I had fun, like old times sake, going to Micro Center. It was literally two idiots went to Micro Center and came home with stuff. I bought water cooling stuff and Nick bought 3D printer stuff. Thanks, bye.